Hello, my lovely friends, and welcome back. My name is Michaela, and this is day 29 of our 30-day challenge. I have a 15-minute flexibility flow to share with you. We're going to get into pretty much every area of your body, finding some lovely stretches and moving from one shape to the next, keeping it nice and fluid, a beautiful vinyasa practice. I've linked the playlist below if you want to follow along. You'll hit play as soon as we hop on the mat together. I will see you there. All right, my playlist people, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I love flowing to music. I don't know about you. Let's get into it. We're gonna start in a child's pose, but I'm going to invite you to take it a little bit wider than you're used to. So maybe your knees come off of the mat, big toes are towards one another, hips sink back to the heels, reach your arms forward and melt your forehead down. And noticing how you might start to feel more of this stretch into the inner thighs, right up into that groin area, while also bringing in a nice stretch into your low back. Take a big inhale through your nose, expand your back body. Big exhale. Let your belly be soft. Let your shoulders soften just a little bit more. Take another breath. Good. Now I want you to slowly lift your chest up just a tiny bit and travel your arms over to the right side. They might land off the mat. Maybe your left hand rests over top of the right. Forehead can melt down, sending a little bit more breath and attention into the left side line of your body, from your rib cage all the way down to that left hip, and a little more focus on that left inner thigh. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good, now lift your chest a little bit so that you can travel through center, over and off the left side of the mat, and then maybe right hand rests over top of the left, forearms, elbows, rest down and your forehead drops down. 2 full breaths. Good, very intentional with your breathing today, creating extra space in your body. Awesome. Now lift your chest a bit, come back through center, and then you can lift up even further and wiggle the knees in. Get them underneath of your hips, wrists underneath of your shoulders. Take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chin. Exhale, round through your spine and tuck your chin into chest. Try to pair this movement with your breath, so the inhale opens and expands your front body, and the exhale brings space into your back body. Good, one more here. Breathe in and breathe out. Incredible. Come back to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, reach them back. Find a downward facing dog just for a moment. Try not to adjust your hands or your feet. And then lift your heels up. Slow shift forward, bend your knees. Drop them down just to tap the mat for a second. Lift the hips up, reach them back, downward facing dog. Tailbone is lifted high. Let's do it again. Little shift forward, bend the knees, lower down for a tap, tabletop for a second, and then lift the hips up, reach them back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a pedal of your heels. Bring in a lovely stretch into the back lines of your legs, your calf muscles, your hamstrings. Shake out your head. Big inhale and exhale. Yeah, now gaze forward and walk to the top of the mat. Find a forward fold Uttanasana. Let your upper body drape heavy over top of your legs. Maybe reach for opposite elbows and start to sway your upper body a tiny bit. Side to side. It might get a little bit bigger, and you can almost bring this rotation, like when you sway to one side, you bring one elbow towards the thigh, other elbow reaches outward, and then through center, other side. So that you're just kind of bringing in that openness throughout the side of the body, the rib cage, down into your low back. Yeah, you got it. One more inhale and exhale. come back through to center, please. Inhale for a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, create length in the spine. And exhale to fold, release, let your head drop. Inhale to peel all the way up, stand up, reach up, get tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, melt it down. Good, now ground your hands and step your left leg all the way back. Bring your left knee down, untuck your toes, and rise up to a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms reach up overhead, create that length in your spine. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, sweep your arms back in behind you. Two options. You can either interlace your fingers at your low back, or you can reach for opposite elbows, opposite forearms, and press fingertips into the forearms so that you still open up across the chest. Both variations are beautiful. One breath, inhale. And exhale. Feels so good to open up the chest and the shoulders. Release the arms, reach them up overhead, breathe in. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up, reach the arms forward, rise all the way up for a high lunge crescent warrior. Your back heel is lifted, press into all four corners of your right foot. Take another inhale. As you exhale, arms come right out in front of you, and the right arm comes underneath of the left. Reach for opposite shoulders, or right fingertips come towards that left palm or your left thumb. Now opening up through the back line of the shoulders. Big inhale. Big exhale. Nice. Release the arms, reach them up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, ground your left heel down. Arms open out nice and wide for your warrior two. Right knee tracks in line with your big toe and your second toe, and your hips are open to the left side while your gaze is forward. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Now straighten through your right leg. Flip the palms open to the left. Reach forward with your fingertips. Reach, reach, reach until you can't go any further, and then just open up your wingspan. So don't worry too much about trying to get your right fingertips to touch the floor. If that's where you want to be, go for it. But I want you to notice what you feel in your low back here. What if you draw your low belly into your spine? Yeah, create more space across the low back, and it invites a deeper stretch into that right inner thigh, right hamstring, and right up into that groin. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, keep your legs as they are. Slowly rise up, arms out wide, and then you're gonna turn to the left side a little bit. Left toes turn out slightly to 45 degrees. Bend your left knee, sink down, right toes lift up, and hands can always come down to the mat for Skandasana low lunge. Now, if your left heel is lifted just like mine, no worries, it does not have to ground down. Use your hands if you want to. Or maybe left hand stays inside of the left leg, right arm reaches up. Big inhale. Big exhale. Lovely, right hand comes on down. Use your hands, push yourself back up. Travel to the top of the mat, hands frame your right foot. Take a little rock back, step forward, left foot up to meet the right, and forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Stand up, reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Good. Ground your hands, step your right leg all the way back. Right knee comes down, untuck the toes, lift up to your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Good. Ground it into your legs, lengthen the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, sweep your arms behind you. Interlace fingers once again, or opposite fingers for opposite forearms, but take the reverse grip. So the one that feels a little bit different. Open up through the chest. Send your breath into the front of your body. And release, arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up, reach the arms forward, rise on up, finding your high lunge. And you don't have to sink into it too far. If that feels like too much in the low back, in the knees, then find a little bit more of an elevation. Active through the legs, it's an active stretch. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms right out in front of you, and then the left arm crosses under the right. Hold on to opposite shoulders, or left fingers come for the right thumb or the right palm of the hand. Good. Try to guide your forearms close together. Invite that stretch and openness across your upper back and between your shoulder blades. Breathe in and breathe out. Release the arms, reach them up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right heel down. Arms open out wide. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Strong legs while inviting space into the hips. Take one breath here. And straighten through your left leg, palms open to the right side of the room. Keep your legs fairly straight. Start to reach forward with the left fingertips. Reach, reach, reach. When you can't go anymore, again, you just open up your wingspan. Right arm up, left arm is down inside of the left leg. And take this slight tuck of your tailbone ever so slightly, just to really find that safety in the low back. We're trying our best not to come into compression, and instead it's an intentional stretch. One more breath. Yeah, now keep your legs as they are. Rise back up, arms out wide. You're gonna turn the right toes out slightly to 45 degrees. As you bend into that right knee, sink the hips down and left toes lift up. I'll turn around to face you. Skandasana, low lunge. Again, you can have that right heel lifted. Your bum is heavy towards that right heel. Left toes lift up. Stay right here if you want. Fingertips down, chest open. Or right arm inside of the right leg. Inhale to peel the left arm up and open. Good. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Bring your hand down if it's not there already. Press into your hands, lift yourself back up through to center, and stay in this wide leg forward fold. Let your upper body hang heavy and shift your weight into the middle of your feet. Good. You can come into like any variation here. So whether the feet are a bit wider or if you want them a little bit closer, it's totally up to you. Wherever you are, can you lift your chest, come to almost like a halfway lift with your legs still in this straddle, and the right hand's gonna stay at center. Inhale to peel the left arm up and open, twist to the left side. Try to keep the left hip down in line with the right. Good. Left hand comes down to replace the right. Use your inhale to peel, right arm up and open, twist to the right side. Right hip down in line with the left. Big inhale. Big exhale. The right hand comes down, and then walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Hands frame your front foot. Good. This time, can you try and push into your hands? Lift your hips up, reach them back. Downward facing dog. One breath. Inhale. And exhale. Gently come on down to your knees and sit back onto your heels. Good. But I want you to kind of lean over to the left hip and bring your right leg forward. A little bit of a shift here. And then left ankle can come outside of your left hip. Okay, this might feel like enough. You can totally stay. Otherwise, you might lean back a little bit. Feeling that openness in the front of the left quad, left hip flexor. If you do come on down to your forearms, just be mindful that the glutes stay grounded and the left knee doesn't lift up. Okay, if the left knee starts to lift up a little bit, your body's telling you, not today, my friend, and that's okay. Every day is gonna be different. It's all about just showing up and being curious about what your body has to tell you. Listen deeply. Be gentle with yourself. One more breath, please. And gently come all the way up. Lean over to the right hip. Left leg comes out in front. Shift over to the left hip. Right knee bends. And your right ankle can be just outside of that right hip. Again, maybe stay right here. It's perfect. You're perfect. Or maybe lean back a little bit. Maybe coming down to those forearms. Just do it mindfully, check in. And think about reaching that right knee forward, lengthening out through the top of your head. If you're on your forearms, not sinking into the shoulders. So there is a little bit of active energy here as you bring in that release. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. And gently come all the way up. Bring your right leg forward to meet the left. Reach the arms up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge, forward fold. Any amount to let your spine round, let your head drop. One breath into the entire back line of your body. Stay as you exhale. And peel on up. Good, maybe sit cross-legged or sit back on your heels. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears, back down your spine. Big inhale. Big exhale. 15 minutes, that's it, that's all, my loves. Very good job. Thank you so much for joining me today and for making some time for you. I can't wait to see you again. Have a great day.